And welcome to the show. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Darth Vader entered the United States and meets with the president and speaks in front of Congress. Prince Charles is here. King Charles is here. Oh, let me get some toppings. Some toppings. We need some toppings for the king. Oh, to the king. Oh, to the king. Oh man, what a degenerate. What a pile of crap. And everybody worships him. Okay, so his country is basically tried to destabilize the United States from its conception. Not to mention he is the head of the basically the whole banking system. But he just sits there with his crown on his head. Yeah, but look at the ties to the central banking system. How he's finger cuffed with the Rothschild family. Look that up, and then you'll be like, wait, he's basically sponsored both sides of every war for the past 200 years. Yes, yes. That's how central banking works, and this is the grime, the slime of the Epstein banking empire. And what do we get? Maybe a T-shirt. This is who you who who you who you pay interest on debt to. Yes, he looks like a dinosaur. His family looks like fossils. But the sun never sets on the British banking empire. And it's sad because what they have allowed Great Britain to turn into, my goodness, I wouldn't go there. France, my goodness, I would not go there. So go look up the central banking of London and go look up how it's tied to the Federal Reserve. You'll look at the national debt entirely different. You'll be like, wait, I owe money to basically Great Britain? Yes, you do. That is where your Federal Reserve notes. It is a Federal Reserve note. It is not a Treasury note. And go look up central banking. And then you will realize why we have to protect the petrodollar. Because the petrodollar is really not ours, it's really the Federal Reserve notes. And interest paid goes to the central banking system, which is in England. And what do? We say, oh, look at them. Oh, look at, oh man, it's so classy. Did you know they're German? They aren't even British. They had to change their name. You can go look that up too. So I have no respect for the British banking empire nor the British themselves because they are basically a bunch of genocidal PDFs. That's all they are. Prince Charles once said he would like to come back as a plague. Let's see. Let me see if I get the quote over here. Prince Charles quotes. Prince Charles wants to come back as a virus. Virus. I didn't spell Prince Charles good enough, but quote, I reclaimed what I wish. Carn I wish. There it is. Return. Here it is. Here it is. If I were reincarnated, I would wish to return at the virus as a human population levels. That is the British banking family. That is the royals. They want to become back as a virus. It wasn't Prince Charles, that was Prince Philip. But you get the drift. They are blood. They are family. They are basically have been intermarried for the past 300 to 500 years. And oh to the king, oh to the king, oh to the king, let their new world order rot. Let this, unfortunately, this Iran debacle is going to bring down most of the European countries because we make all their oil, but can we keep up? I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. We're going to They're basically letting Australia fall to the wayside. Let's see. How many days of oil does Australia have? All right. Let's see. Here's how many days Australia considers probably 30 days cruise reserves on current consumption rates. They have 30 days. Estimates can fluctuate based on changes in domestic demand. You get the drift. They have 30 days and they're already rationing. And how long does a tanker take from the United United States to Australia? Let's see. Oh, because they aren't getting it out of the Persian Gulf here, folks. All right. Let's see. So, distance, speed, route, duration, 20 to 30 days. And they have 30 days. How many ships does it take to get to the bottom of it? How many licks does it take to get to the bottom of Australia's fuel reserves? And time is a ticking, folks. Time is a ticking. Ship tracking. Maritime. Where is it? There it goes. No, get out of here. Let's see what we got in the Persian Gulf, folks. Let's see the round one. Nope. Ship tracking live. I want live. Ship it just wants. Anyway, you get the drift. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed down, and we are still screwed. We are still screwed, and this war probably won't kick off anytime soon. It's probably just going to be a stalemate. That's what it's sounding like, but we shall see. We shall see if cooler heads prevail and we get to move on with our lives. Right now in Denver, gas went from $3.99 to $4.25, like that. It was crazy. It took $25 to get 5 gallons. So just a little over 5 gallons. Maybe when I puke in my mouth, basically. It was gross. But this is how the cookie crumbles when you bite off more than you can chew. In my opinion, if I were Russia and China, which I hope they don't do this, I would tell Iran to go full tilt. I would tell Iran to keep the foot on the throttle. Because the U.S. is not prepared for this war. They thought it was going to be quick. They thought they were going to come in as the saviors. And that didn't happen. Now they are a proxy. The U.S. is a proxy. And we're watching our proxy play out in real time while we've watched the Russia proxy play out for the past 4 years. But ultimately, Russia was just a giant meat grinder for the Western weapons. That's what it was. It was a giant meat grinder for the Western weapons. And all this crap started in 2014 with Maidan overthrow in 2014, and after that pissed off Russia and dragged Russia into this war. And we thought we were going to split them up like a nice little steak, but nah. But now with this Iran thing, it could split up the world. And if I was Prince Charles, I'd be terrified right now, because when they run out of oil, they're gonna have a lot of pissed off people. And if this continues, we're gonna see some. We're gonna see some stuff. We will see some stuff. But all right, I'm gonna let this video ride. We're right at the 10-minute mark. Hope everybody has a wonderful night. Like and subscribe if you like what you see on here. All right, I declare this video is over. Okay, bye.